Welcome to our podcast. Benji, say hi.
Vinny, say hi.
Today's message is about motivation and how I have countless times lost it and gained it. Was it a stupid decision to do the podcast while I'm walking Benji? Yes, because I literally have only 45 seconds to make my point before he yanks me to the next location and he's already taking a shit. Okay. Enjoy a video of my dog taking a shit. Order up for a hot shit pie. Who ordered this? It's ready. So we all know a platform called Instagram. Post our milestones like, hey, I got the job. Oh shit, I'm engaged. I just graduated, got my PhD, started my new business, themes that we all know. And like everybody's like, whoa, you did it. And I feel like we all live for that validation of fantasize about that big moment of like, yes, I won. I am victorious. I am on top. I am so sorry that you got to stare at Benji's shit throughout the whole entire time, but the trash can's not close by. So yeah. And I think what I have learned from a person that hasn't won much and is always fantasizing about the big win is that sometimes that doesn't, yes, it's a universal win in humans of like, I congratulate you when you're having a baby. I congratulate you when it's something major. But when do you get a chance to congratulate yourself? And I feel like that's something that I'm trying to teach myself is like there are wins in small opportunities. The world is my tripod. If we based our lives on the result rather than like the entire experience, when you realize the result part that people are going to congratulate you on is just like a fraction of it. It's very short-lived. Whereas in all the work that you had to do to get to that point is astronomical. Like the headaches, the late nights, the freaking almost giving up, getting so close to the, nobody sees that. And I know it's like everybody knows that, but I feel like that is a shift in motivation, is to see that sometimes you're going to have to go without rewarding yourself on a journey like that. And are you okay with living a life or being in the routine for so long and not rewarding yourself or motivating yourself on a daily basis? And that's like the main definition of discipline, right? Being able to do it day after day after day without the result in sight, but just having that fantasy in your head of like, I'll finally get congratulated by the person that I really want. I'll finally make so-and-so proud. I'll finally be able to fit into society. I was the last one in my friends groups to get married. Now I'm there. Is it exactly where you want to be, or is it just because others will validate you in that sense? I don't know. Think about it. I don't know. What do you think? What's your motivation? He says food and shitting, and that's it. And you're preventing one of them, so hurry the fuck up. I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna get a headache from smelling Benji's shit the entire time. Also, my mom says that you should really hug trees, so I'm gonna start doing that. Benji, get your ass over here. We gonna hug some trees, bitch. Crazy, if you really pay attention to the world around you, you find some real fascinating stuff. How fucking huge that thing is. It's a bee. That's the queen bee. That's the Beyonce bee she was talking about. Shit. Look how big that thing is. It's almost the size of the freaking pole. The point that I'm trying to make is that you should definitely ask yourself if you're going to be investing your time on something that you know is going to take long. Ask yourself, are you doing it for you? Is it something that you always dreamed of? Remove the opinions of somebody that's really close to you, because sometimes even though we trust people, if you know in your heart, if you go to sleep and you have this fantasy of being this iconic pop star, which I've had since I was a kid, because I love music, I love singing, And if everybody around you, even your loved ones, say, well, it's so hard to break into that industry, you'll never be able to, you're older, like maybe you should have thought of that when you were younger. And of course, I'm pretty sure you've heard all these things before, because that's what people do, or they try to bargain with you and tell you, like, why don't you decide to do this career instead? It's very promising. The pay is well. You'll never have to struggle in your life, yada, 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 yada. Yet they haven't done that career themselves. Is like, you have to question everybody's advice. Everybody's advice that comes your way, it has to be questioned, because you get to a point in your life where the only compass or the only thing that's going to steer you into the thing that you very want is yourself. You are your own compass, and you can take people's advice, but at the end of the day, you are responsible for your life. Stop saying like, oh, I did this because so and so told me so, or I did this because I was influenced by so and so. You are responsible for your life. Everything you do falls on you, and you can't sit there and say like, I'm not happy because of my marriage, or I'm not happy because of so and so, or I wish my parent was more like this, or I wish the situation was different. It could be different. It just takes a lot of time and resources and funding and finding ways to be creative. See, as of now, I should give you my story. I am deciding to go into healthcare. I'm already in healthcare. There's a lot of things that I don't like about healthcare. I don't like that it's more about monetization rather than, helping patients. And it sucks that, we've got to a point where we are just kind of like run of the mill, like come and go. Patients are seen as just another number on the screen, not so much like, we wish to give them the care that they need. Can you let my mic go? I'm trying to make a point here. Sheesh. And my heart hurts for the people that really need help and that their health is going to shit. But because there's such a large volume of people coming in and out, that they don't get the proper care, or things get forgotten. But anyways, so that is the career path. Is this something that I would say ignites my soul and passion? No, it does not. But I have other talents that if I just gave a little thought to, can monetize and probably make me even more than the salary of a registered nurse. If I applied it, and if I took responsibility of saying, hey, I know you were sold a dream, and I know your parents said that this is safe, but maybe this is the time to do something that is not safe. Maybe this is the time to believe in yourself. Maybe this is the time to actually make those dreams a reality. I've always thought like, if you were an artist, you had to be a starving artist. There was no way you can be successful. Honestly, don't have the connections at the moment. But that's what the journey is about. And it all makes sense of like motivation and staying on this course. Are you doing it for you? Are you doing it for others? Are you doing it because you want to receive that congratulations, I'm finally proud of you, you finally made the right moves? Or what's the point? I'm going to leave you with a lot of thoughts, because that's the whole point of my podcast, is that just when you thought you had it all planned, you really don't. And it's fair to question your life and your choices and the things that are being infiltrated in your ears. And always at the end of the day, make the decision that is best for you and it's going to get you to exactly where you want to be. Stay safe. I got to go pick up NG's shit. Oh, my little lion, you're so cute. Bye. Till next time.
Sorry, Winnie. I had you waiting.
Mom, I just want to thank you. Because of you, I always see the world so magical. And it's a blessing to have you as my mom, and to see the things you see and finally appreciate them. I love you.